Sure, a lot of blacksmiths in my mentions today, but for real, we already bitched about this already. Lady Mandalorians have boob armor? Come on, seriously. I'm extremely tired there's not a single female speaking character in the first episode of The Mandalorian. I've. Have I missed something? These grown ass children get so emotional and throw these embarrassing temper tantrums when a woman has even the slightest critique on the mainstream corporate media they feel ownership over. They keep trying to gatekeep the most popular franchise in the world, all caps. Sorry to burst your bubbles, but the jig is up, y'all. Star Wars isn't some niche exclusive treat club where you hang up a no girls allowed sign and dictate the terms of the discourse. It never was, and that's not changing anytime soon. McSlapnut says, "You know what's funny? It was always the men who embraced that I love Star Wars, and it was the girls who harassed me over it, because apparently girls shouldn't like geeky things. Your self-victimization mentality is incredible." And I say, I highly doubt Anita truly cares about the ish she constantly complains about. And I really do believe that. Roll that intro. So, Anita Sarkeesian is trying to stay relevant again, and she's having a little bit of a bitch fit about the Lady Mandalorians. Yes. She's having a fit about the Lady Mandalorians. Why am I even surprised about this? And her followers are too. They're like, well, why do the Lady Mandalorians have feminine features on their helmets? Which, I really don't know either. That is kind of weird to admit that. But also, they have less armor around their legs. And it's just like, oh, good lord. But Anita takes the cake. She's pissed off. She's pissed off that the Lady Mandalorian has booby armor. She's mad that they have booby armor. And whenever I think she can't shock me, she can't surprise me, she can't make things even worse, she continues to surprise me. Every single person in her little camp complaining about this booby armor. As a dude with rather substantial titties, I mean, they are rather substantial. Can I just say that I would rather have booby armor, regardless of how uncomfortable it is. And we don't know how uncomfortable it is. For all we know, they could have padding on the inside of the armor. You don't know that. But, regardless of how uncomfortable it is, I would rather have my boobies protected by an uncomfortable plate of metal than have them constantly hit with a bullet, a sword, or any other thing. And I've seen several other girls like Steph Ann say, "Girl, you know how difficult it is, how hard it hurts to get hit in the boob, but go on, keep complaining." I mean, this is the same woman who retweets anything that has a negative slight towards white people. She retweeted something where someone said, "Man, why are white people traveling for Thanksgiving anyway? Wanting to drive all the way across the country for some dry ass turkey." First off, don't insult my mother's cooking. Don't. That's just not how we do things here in my household. Don't blame the fact that your mom can't cook on me. I grew up in the South. My mom can cook. My mom knows how to cook very well. So don't you dare compare your mama's horrible cooking to my mama's good cooking. Okay? But that's beside the point. Anita, here's a little bit of an education for you, okay, girl? A little bit of an education, because we all know you're trying so desperate to stay relevant. You're trying. You're failing at it. You really are. You're failing miserably at it. But let me give you just a little bit of, advice. A little bit of fatherly advice, even though I'm not a father and you're probably about 80 years older than me. Stop bitching about everything. You can enjoy so many flavors of things. You can take fiction, which is what The Mandalorian is, and you can actually enjoy The Mandalorian for what it is. A fictional show about space bounty hunters going after each other, based off of a show that is about space wizards attacking each other with space lightsaber swords. Obviously, I know Star Wars is much more in-depth than that, but I'm talking about at its core fundamentals. That's what it is. You're the ones who always tell us, Star Wars, whenever we, the fans, get butthurt, you're always like, it's a movie for kids about space wizards. Why are you getting mad about a movie about space wizards for kids? And now you're doing the exact same thing. It's like, well, they have booby armor, and this is not practical. And Loom Lotus says she has like 34H boobs, and she's like, I need that armor. I need that armor. I'm sorry if it doesn't help your flat chest, but I need that armor. And it's like, you fail to realize that not all women are the same, dude. Not all women are the same. Am I saying the armor is good? Am I saying the armor is bad? I'm saying no, I'm not. But I'm saying I can understand why they would have it. Didn't they have it for, like, multiple superheroes, too? Like multiple female superheroes? I'm pretty sure that they did. I'm pretty sure that they did. So why in the world are you not complaining about that? I think they even have that armor for Batwoman. But I have not heard you, although I don't pay attention to you much at all, I have not heard you once complain about Batwoman's suit of armor. Probably because it looks like it came out of a Michaels catalog. And it looks absolutely terrible. Like, seriously. I already know that several of my fellow Star Wars fans stopped watching The Mandalorian a while ago because it's just becoming boring as heck. The only thing giving it life is Gina Carano, and that's it. But even where, like, you're complaining about the wrong things, where fans who watched The Mandalorian, I only saw episode 1 and that's it. But actual fans who watch The Mandalorian have complained about legitimate things such as the plot and where the characters are going and how they've, progressed or failed to progress the storyline. Real things that freaking matter. You're complaining about booby armor and the impracticalities of it and the fact that it's sexist to have booby armor. You're the same person who talks about the impracticality of video game armor for women. Yeah, you're that chick. And I'm supposed to take you seriously? I'm sorry. If you're complaining about the impracticality of a fictional world that does fictional things and has women looking in ridiculous ways that fulfills fictional needs. Because it's not as if men aren't sexualized in video games, even though they clearly are. Batman, for instance. Because you did a whole video on trying to find Batman's ass behind his cape. Even though in that same video game, that same Arkham Asylum game, there was an entire gimp suit for Batman. Where he didn't have a cape and you could look at his butt. So, don't give me this, I'm going to pick and choose what type of things I'm going to show people to try to get my point across. Nobody believes you. The gaming community is way smarter than you will ever give them credit for. And the movie community is too, because they're usually intertwined, one and the same. Games and movies are usually practically one and the same. They really are. I mean, seriously, it's to the point where we have interactive movie video games. This is called 5 Dates, and it's an interactive rom-com type garbage thingy. So, movies and video games are literally interlocked and intertwined in the same realm. So, do not mess with the fans because they're more knowledgeable than you, sweetie. You literally just jumped on the fan base just to make money. You admitted it yourself. You weren't really a gamer. You tried to play the whole, I'm a gamer girl, and I know what I'm doing because I'm a gamer girl type shtick. But it was proven multiple times that you knew jack squat of what you were doing. So you're worried about booby armor. Oh no. Well, are you gonna be mad about whatever type of cod piece that they're gonna put in front of a man to keep his junk from getting hurt? Oh no, you're not, because you're the type of person who thinks manspreading is an acceptable thing to try to stop. Aren't you? Aren't you, little Miss Thing? You know, I haven't had a good Anita Sarkeesian rant in forever. I mean, she gives you all sorts of things to talk about that aren't even part of the topic that you were originally supposed to talk about in the first place in this video. So that's just like, oh, it's heaven on earth for people like me. How are you gonna be mad about boob armor? Boob armor! You're mad about boob armor! You do realize there are women that have knockers, right? Like, big ol' out-of-the-park knockers. There is no way that if Dolly Parton was to become a Mandalorian or a Stormtrooper, that she was going to be able to wear a flat-plated bodysuit. No way. No way. At all. Not at all. Not comfortably, at least. Have you seen those puppies? They're huge. But such is life. Anita Sarkeesian is a little crybaby. And she's going to forever be a crybaby. And we're all going to mock her for it. This is fake outrage. I strongly doubt, either she spends all of her free time getting pissed off about stuff like this. And she spends all of her free time getting angry and annoyed by this, in which she will have a gray hair each time someone says something she doesn't like. Or she doesn't really care about this crap, and she's just using it as a way for clicks. Either way, it's really sad. It's sad on the end of she spends all of her free time worrying about what fictional characters wear, and she's having a mental breakdown over that. Or she just really doesn't care, and she's trying to use that as a way for you to click on her shit and give her likes and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's it. That's the whole thing. Mandalorian booby armor. I'm not even surprised that Anita's pissed off by this, to be honest with you. It's not something that I'm shocked by. The amount of shocks that I am, less than this. If even this. This is probably being too generous of how much I care about this. But I needed content to put out there, and so I thought this was a fun thing to talk about, so yes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and I'm going to play my Switch. I'm going to have my protein shake. I'm going to have my water. And I'm going to go enjoy my day. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Comment down below telling me what you think. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see more of my ugly mug. Share this video because it tells YouTube that you liked what you saw. It really does help. This is Gabe of Happy Bloodfish Productions signing off, saying take care and God bless. Peace out, everybody. And don't be an Anita.